Hello and welcome to Newtown School. My name is Julia Antrobus and I've been the head teacher here since 2010. I live locally and both of my children attended Newtown, scarily, a long time ago now. One's actually left school and the other is doing GCSEs this year. Newtown offers preschool places for children from age 2 upwards, and we manage the admissions for the preschool children ourselves. Admissions forms are available from the school office. Our youngest children, the 2-year-olds and the younger 3-year-olds, attend for 15 hours over 5 afternoon sessions. Some of our little ones do choose just to pay for 1 afternoon or 2 afternoons to start with before they receive their funding. We only accept 2-year-olds from the school catchment area. However, we do offer preschool places to out of catchment 3 and 4-year-olds if we have the spaces after the catchment children have been allocated. The older 3 and 4-year-olds who are due to start reception in the next academic year all attend every morning for 15 hours over 5 morning sessions. We do also offer 30 hours and paid extended sessions for those 3 and 4-year-olds who are in their last year of preschool. All children, whether they are in our preschool or not, have to apply for a school place for reception upwards, and the admissions to school is managed by Buckinghamshire County Council. Over the last few years, we've had about half of the children in our reception classes from our own preschool and about half from other preschools. In some years, the classes are entirely from our catchment area, and in others, there are children from out of catchment. Places are allocated according to the admissions policy. Catchment children always take priority. Under normal circumstances, we would have a full transition programme with children both internally from our own preschool and from the other local preschools. If the children aren't here at our preschool, our staff visit or speak to the local preschools and discuss the children's needs and areas of successes. We do a transition visit in June when all the children can come and meet their new teacher. If children are particularly anxious or there are any special educational needs, we can look at a bespoke transition programme where they can come and do more visits if they need to. Our staff like to do home visits, and they happen normally the week that children start. Our preschool and reception classes both benefit from well-resourced outside and indoor areas. The children in preschool and reception follow the early years curriculum, which is a play-based curriculum, and the same one that they will follow at their preschool or with their childminder. The balance between child-initiated play and adult-directed tasks changes as they progress through preschool and reception. In the preschool session, they gather in small groups to do a daily early phonics session, to share a story or do some number work. They might be taught a particular art technique or just be sharing some natural materials. These are very short and focused sessions, and they're often followed up during the play. When the children start reception, the adult-directed group times become more frequent and the time spent in them increases over the year. In the mornings, reception have 3 group times, traditionally phonics, literacy and maths. In the afternoon, they tend to do handwriting and mindfulness, or wider curriculum things such as music, art, science and humanities are covered through the continuous play and tied in where relevant through the literacy sessions. No session is longer than 20 minutes. In our reception classes, we have 2 groups of 15. We rarely teach the children as a 30. We're lucky to be able to be extremely well staffed, and that means that children get the opportunities for more talk and more attention, but they do get equal amounts of teacher time. The advantage of Newtown being an infant school and not a combined school is that all of the staff are early years specialists who are trained specifically to deliver early learning skills, particularly those for reading, writing and maths, and they understand children's learning and expected progress as part of their development. Our phonics programme was designed specifically for the children at Newtown and blends the best elements of the letters and sounds programmes, Jolly Phonics and other available resources where they are most pertinent. All children from the morning preschool upwards are assessed and placed into groups with children at exactly the same stage so that the learning is targeted exactly at their next steps. The children are taught a 5-week programme and assessed every 6 weeks, and have the opportunity to either move on or to repeat the stage to further embed their learning. This means that the children who are not developmentally ready or need to overlearn the stage that they're at are not pushed on too quick, but the children who are ready to move on are not held back. Every member of class-based staff, including myself, deliver phonics groups, so they're spread across the school and are nearly always less than 15 children, sometimes only 5 or 6 children in a group. Our school reading scheme ties in with the phonics programme so that children are only started on reading books when they can recognise and successfully blend the first 18 sounds. Due to our phonics programme being differentiated, this can be as early as preschool for those who are ready, and not until year 1 or even year 2 for those who need a little bit longer to get to that stage. Over many years, we have found that this leads to children being confident, successful readers, rather than struggling to read books when they're not ready and becoming disillusioned or reluctant to even try. Our Year 1 and 2 classes follow the national curriculum, which sadly is not a play-based curriculum and focuses more on taught knowledge and skills. However, we build on the fantastic work that the early years staff do and think really carefully about the transition between the two curriculums, trying to make sure that there are still lots of free play opportunities available, along with fun and engaging learning tasks. In Year 1 and 2, the children have more traditionally timetabled lessons. Every morning the children have their phonics session and an English lesson. 4 mornings a week they have a maths lesson, and on the 5th they have the first of their 2 PE lessons. There is an additional short lesson every morning that covers either circle time, philosophy for children, religious education, music, or our UNICEF work. Every day the children will also do handwriting. This varies from class to class as to whether it's a morning or afternoon activity. Of the 5 afternoon sessions, 1 will be their second PE lesson, 1 will be science, and the remaining 3 will cover our school creative learning topics. These topics take the national curriculum art and design and humanities and add an international perspective through the international primary curriculum or topics that are particularly enjoyed by the children here at Newtown. We've spent many years working on making our curriculum as engaging as possible. As well as our daily lessons, we have theme days a week where we go off timetable, and the children really love them. All of our Year 1 and 2 classes do an assembly every year where they showcase that half-term's learning through examples of their work, songs and stories. We have a stage that goes up in the hall, and the children in the morning preschool and reception do the nativity performance at the end of the winter term. The Year 1 children write and produce their own version of traditional tales in the spring term, and the Year 2 children do a variety type performance at the end of the summer term as their leavers assembly. In the summer term, we always have a theme week after half term, and this is on a 3-year rolling programme. So it's either music, art or craft. These weeks are fantastic, and we invite in local musicians, artists and crafters to demonstrate their skills and work with the children. We always finish off with the children putting on an exhibition of their work, or in Music Week we do a prom in the playground for parents to come and share in all their hard work. We have extremely active children with lots of opportunities for physical play and lessons. Our early years children have a well-equipped outdoor area with an activity trail and climbing frame, along with bikes and balancing. The preschool children have an additional jump and climb area indoors to improve their physical skills. The reception children don't start their formal PE lessons until the summer term in preparation for Year 1, but they do have a weekly right dance session from the beginning of the year where they practice both their gross and fine motor skills. Year 1 and 2 also have a well-equipped outdoor area with a treehouse and climbing frame that's utilised at break and lunchtime, along with an AstroTurf pitch where they can have their PE lessons, and at break and lunchtime it's used for special sports clubs. The Year 1 and 2 children have 2 lessons of either games or gym each week, which are run by the specialist sports coaches, who also run our break, lunchtime and after-school sports clubs. Every other term, the children in Year 1 and 2 also have an additional dance session, which is taught by the local dance school. We do whole school sports day in the summer term where every child participates. Reception Year 1 and 2 children all take part in team obstacle races, and then the fastest children from each class have running races. And we obviously have staff and parent races too. Our classrooms are really well equipped. Each classroom has a smart board for whole class teaching and a set of 15 iPads per year group. Our Year 1 and 2 classes have use of the middle courtyard area for outdoor learning opportunities, And each year group has a door in between the two classes for them to work together, and one of them has direct access into the outdoor learning area. We try to use our local environment and resources as much as possible to enhance our curriculum. We invite people in to talk about their work and other topic-related issues. We try to ensure that the children go on at least one local and one wider trip every year. The whole school goes to the Elgiva Theatre to see the pantomime in Christmas. We actually end up hiring the entire auditorium. And every summer we do a whole school trip where everybody attends and ties in with the topic. This again is on a 3-year rolling programme, so everyone gets to do all the trips at some point if they're here for the whole time. These trips really are our favourite days as we get to share them. So our 3-year programme at the moment is 1 year's a seaside, then the zoo, and then to a castle. We are also one of the only schools left in Buckinghamshire that still takes our Year 2 children on a residential trip. At the end of the summer term, we take the children for 2 nights at Shortnills Environmental Centre in Chalfont St Peter. This is something that children really do remember forever and is a really special way to celebrate their time at Newtown, drawing to a close. Another great thing about being an infant school is the fact that all of our clubs are open and available to the children from reception up. Under normal circumstances, we offer around 15 different after-school clubs, ranging from football and multi-sports to yoga, art, choir, puzzle and games. Many opportunities. Ones that are run by the school staff are free, but ones that are run by external providers sometimes have a small charge. The clubs are really popular and we try to guarantee the children get at least one if people apply in time. It may not, however, be their first choice. For working parents, we do offer paid wraparound care with both a before school club and an after school club. This usually runs from 8 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. Parents can opt into this for the whole half term or just odd days that are needed. We haven't ever reached the point where we can't staff it. There are also 3 local childminders who drop and collect children from Newtown. Children in reception year 1 and 2 are all entitled to a free school meal. Sadly, like many Bucks schools, our kitchen was taken out in the 1980s, so we have our hot food delivered in every day by an external provider. Our food provider offers a vegetarian or a meat option every day. At the moment, they are unable to offer halal meat. The food has to be ordered online and parents can opt to have this every day or just occasional days. Children can also opt for a packed lunch, but we are a healthy eating school, so the rules on packed lunches are quite strict. No crisps and no chocolate. If you were here in person and you asked me what makes Newtown special, I would say without a doubt that we are a happy school where each and every child and adult is treated as an individual and nurtured to bring the best out of them. We were enormously proud that our work was recognised as the second ever school to be awarded a Nurturing Schools Award, and we really do practice what we preach. We understand that children need to feel safe, secure and happy before any significant learning can take place. We also know that children can become unhappy for any number of reasons, and that at this age they can often not explain to us what is making them feel that way. Sometimes when children do not or cannot express and understand their emotions, this comes out in their behaviour. We have put in place a programme of supporting children to understand, explain and begin to regulate their emotions. For those that need additional support, we have a nurture group that runs in the afternoons. I'm enormously proud of the work that we do and the support we're able to give, and I hope that some of the skills that we teach children to manage their own mental health will help them throughout their lives. Every school is different and will have different aspects to offer. It's important to note that not every school will be the right one for your child, but it might be perfect for someone else. I realise how tricky it must be to make the decision based on a video and not seeing the school in action, and I'm sorry not to have met you in person because I love showing off my school. If you have any questions, please do contact the school office by phone or email. We're always happy to help and answer questions. Hopefully one day we will meet. Thank you for listening.